Roll them. Okay, it looks like we're on here. We got Raji Raj. Actually, what is they call a Raja Rishi. It's a king. It's a self-realized saintly king. The whole earth can become very prosperous and the citizens become happy. They're not the type of a government that takes control or victimizes their citizens. So yeah, that can be read about in the Srimad Bhagavatam. I believe it's in the first canto. There's parts 1, 2, and 3 in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. I believe they were discussing the topic of well, in the first canto, I read about when the sages met Namasaranya. It was Sukadeva Goswami. Actually, it was at Namasaranya, and it was being recited again by Sutta Goswami, who heard it from Sukadeva Goswami. So see, the Srimad Bhagavatam is enveloped in a series of discussions that originated from first Sukadeva Goswami, who heard it from his father Vyasadeva, who's the compiler of the Vedanta. Sukadeva Goswami is the son of Srila Vyasadeva. So, I kind of wonder, is this too loud? We're talking about like down the rabbit hole. Do you guys enjoy soul flowers? Did you guys enjoy soul flowers? It's a real trip. It was down the rabbit hole. So I think that's what we got there in the background. See, I think the light's too light. Just went down the rabbit hole. Here, you want me to back that up? Can you see that well enough? Yeah, I got some martial arts going and doing some workout. So yeah, I've been doing some workout. Had a lot of time to think about stuff, do yoga and meditate and work out. So I hope you guys think I'm starting to look a little more buff and stuff. But you know, there's a lot of things. They said the Buddha was completely emaciated, and he still hadn't found out his answers or what he was looking for. And it was he tortured his body for over 7 years. And was the most emaciated, and was the most starving himself yogi that was out there. And he gave that up because he felt he didn't find what he was looking for. But what he did finally find, and see, that's what we're talking about. It's kind of like a conversation, like the Mona Lisa's smile. It's the Buddha's grin. He knows how it all is. It's just like in the Matrix. You think that's air you're breathing? It's atoms and molecules arranged in a specific way. I believe it's O2H. Water is H2O. So what we're talking about in water is 2 atoms of hydrogen to 1 atom of oxygen is water. And so what you're talking about here, this is actually in the reverse, or I don't even think you can actually call it the reverse when you start doing the math. But it kind of seems that way, but I think that's probably just one of those coincidental accidents, right? But it's a pretty good way to equate things, but there's probably a lot more to the specific construction and arrangement, when actually it's real, and it's real enough. It's the separated material energies, which are the gross and the subtle material energies, and we're talking about being illusion, and that we do create our futures, and we're creating our future now, certain things that will take place in this lifetime, and certain things that will take place in many, many lifetimes after this one. And that we're already being, fulfilling our karma, both pious and impious activities, for many, many millions of past lives. So all this is all into play. So it's actually really very intricate. But that's a pretty easy way to understand things, and maybe just 3 phases of past, present, and future. Well, we're talking about being an eternal self that has always been the same knowing self, who is the actual experiencer. But yeah, what we're talking about, guys, you think this is real? It's a mechanical engineered design. That's exactly what's happening. So that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to read the Lost Anarchy Roger Rave articles. Here's the calendar. There's a Derby crash on the calendar. Well, it is a high resolution photo. Yeah, they're asking me for a high resolution photo. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to... Okay, now the thing is, on this one, and this is specifically for Santa Monica punks, suicidal tendencies, Circle 1. This is for everybody, and this is for all the punks. PUNX, United BYO Bias Youth Organization. The whole idea about the scheme of the Derby Crash t-shirts is that I kind of thought that would be pretty cool to present some artwork in a punk rock t-shirt that everyone can appreciate. Now, the original painting I donated to an auction, and this is very important because I didn't get anything from the proceeds for this. It was for charity, and it was a fundraiser for a band member of China White who needed to have a transplant. And so they were at an auction. So it was actually pretty cool. You know, I was staying with Tequila, and this is when we painted the Monsters of Rock series, which includes the photo by Ed Culver. And of course, you know, Ed did bring it to my attention that I need to give the photographers credit if I'm going to use their photos. And it's really cool because Ed Culver actually invited me over to take a look at some of the photos that he's got from the vintage day. Nobody's never seen them, or whatever the deal is. They've probably been published. But he told me I can come over and kind of go through his material and see if there's something that would inspire me to do some more paintings. So that's something we still got to hook up with. I guess when I got to the club, I got there a little later. Ed Culver was there a little earlier, so we were just still in the revolving door. You know, but I used to talk with Ed Culver every now and then about you know, specific gigs and projects he was working on when I'm seeing him at the gigs. You know, he was like you know, one of the main photographers and stuff. And Alison Braun was also doing the photography. She's at AlisonBraun.com. She's got a lot of great punk photos there. Social Distortion, Black Flag, Fear, The Cuckoo's Nest. You know, Ed Culver had some of his best photos, The Cuckoo's Nest. And so anyways, yeah, that's what we want to talk about. So I hope this is something everybody's going to appreciate. They're going to sell it for $20. Okay, and I did get a deal on it. That's why I'm not getting them in pocket. I can get some in pocket, but it's going to be $10. Okay, if you get it from me, and I'm not making anything on it. Okay, if it's sold on the website, they're $20, right? So if you get it from me and it's $10, and I'm not making any profit to get some back from that. Okay, but and I have to order them and pay for them first. So that's the thing. I got the deal on these T-shirts, and that's going to be 50-50 with these people because the T-shirts were only $2 because they had them in half, but they're going to be sold on their website, okay, and they're $20, okay. So I wanted to extend that offer, and that's going to be throughout the duration of the stock. We're going to try this punk rock t-shirt thing, see if it'll work. I've got Alice Bag, Rick Wilder. That would be cool to do the Ed Culver photo. I'll have to ask him for his permission. I did mention to him that if I ever did use it for any merchandise or printing or anything like that, I would consult with him on that. So yeah, that's what I want to do. Oh, I'm gonna have to plug in my iPod here. Plug battery. So, what do you guys think about the down the rabbit hole there in the background? Let's plug this thing in here. bear with me. I did a